Hey, everybody. How y'all doing tonight? So, I was helping out today a little earlier. I was helping Nancy do some edits with her Shopify, and I thought that I'd like to just share this with the community. So I figured that I'd just go live and share some quick tips with you all on for those of you that are starting out with your Shopify, adding products to your store. Some things you can't hear me. Y'all can't hear me. Okay, hold on. Let's see. You can hear me now. Can everybody hear me? Okay. All right. Okay, so I wanted to give some tips on um, using Can y'all hear me now? Having technical difficulties. No sound. Okay, I'm back. Y'all can hear me now? Okay. Uh, I don't know. Every time I want to go live, y'all, I start having these technical difficulties. Can y'all hear me now? Or it's on and in and out? You say, devil, you are a lie. Get on away from here. So, okay, y'all can hear me now, but it's y'all saying it's choppy. Good. I'm good. Okay. I'm gonna say I'm good and I'm gonna keep on going. Whew. All right. So for those, I'm gonna try to get through this sentence, y'all. If for those of y'all that are starting out with your Shopify or just starting to load products on and everything, I want y'all to be able to um I want y'all to be able to use some of these quick tips in adding products on and adding things to your Shopify. Um, let's see. I'm gonna bring got Nancy with us. So tonight I'm gonna be doing some things from Nancy's Shopify store. She just got her Shopify. What
Hello,
was it?
everyone.
It was last month you started your Shopify. It's been a couple of months.
It's been about a couple of months now.
Okay. So she's had her Shopify store for a couple of months, and so we just want to get some of her listings. I was kind of going through some of the things on her store, and I gave her some suggestions, but she was like, "Oh, I don't know how to do that. That's what I've been looking to learn how to do." So I said, "Okay, well, let me show you how to do it." And then when I started showing her some things, I was like, "You know what? This might kind of be good for everybody." So we put a pin in it today, and we put a pin in it and said we would come back to it. So that's what we're doing now. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna share my screen, and hopefully y'all will be able to um let's see, let me put this screen this side and share so I can look at comments and things at the same time. Okay, so you all seeing my screen right now? And y'all let me know if I need to make it bigger for y'all to be able to actually see my screen. Or can you are y'all seeing my screen, or would y'all like it bigger? Let me know in the comments. Okay, y'all can see. Okay.
It's choppy.
There it went. Right, there it went away. You want it bigger? Bigger would be nice. Okay, so then if I do it bigger, y'all not gonna see my wonderful face. Y'all just gonna see the screen, which I'm okay with that. So so I'll make it bigger so y'all can see the screen, and then I'll go ahead and do these demos. So one of the things that Nancy had when she had her listing, she has all of these different options for her Christmas shirt. And so she wanted to be able to, um, initially on her listing, it had where basically she would have to get a message from the customer to tell her which one of these shirts she wanted. And so I told her she needed to add variations. So when you go in and you have different styles of a shirt that you want to present, you want to have variations of it. So what I did was down here when you go to options, you're gonna add you can add options. So in Shopify they're called options. In Etsy they're called variations. So I'm Etsy minded, but in Shopify they're called options, but it is different variations of the shirt. So if you have a basic Shopify store, which most of you all starting out with Shopify do have a basic store. So with a basic store, you can only have so many different, so you can only have up to 100 variations of whatever your product listing is. And so a variation basically is each one of these options and then each one of the other options that you add with it. So, like the first purchase option that she has is this warm snuggle schnauzer one shirt. Okay, so the variations of that shirt are the warm snuggle schnauzer shirt in youth small, youth medium, youth large, and youth extra large. So those count as four different variations of that product. Okay, so that's what your options and variations are. Okay, so each purchase option that you add plus each option that you add here is a different variation. So this would have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 purchase options and four sizes each, which means it has 44 variations. Okay. So at first she had all of the sizes listed from youth small all the way to adult 3X or 4X, one of those. And that was over 100 variations. And with a basic Shopify store, you could not have more than 100 variations of any product. So I suggested that she split the I suggested that she split um the adult and the youth. Okay. So that she have a youth listing with the youth sizes and then the adult sizes, because since with the adults there's seven seven different variations or eight different variations. Okay. So then with that, what you're able to do is so we named each one of these shirts. Okay, so that's where you have all these different options right here. Okay, and then we put the sizes. So then here's where it comes and shows you all your variants. Okay, so when you have this, you want to be able, because what you want to do is, let me show you on her actual website. When you go to the website, and you go to this, let me go ahead and save this and make sure that, yeah, it's showing active. Okay, so when you go to this listing in her on her website to actually look at the listing, okay, so here we have the custom holiday apparel, and then we added the youth option here. So when you click on that youth option, now you have, this is where you'll see these two variant, the two choices come up where it says purchase option here, and you have size here. So now when you go to the store, her listing, now you see purchase option and you see size. So first, the customer is able to pick the purchase option, okay, and then it switches the picture with that, okay, and then you can pick use small, then they can pick the size, and if you had different sizes it would change those sizes for you. So here in the listing we have the warm snuggles one, and then as you can see right here, this is the photo that would be associated with that variation. So if somebody chose the warm snuggle schnauzer 2 and used small, this determines which picture it's going to show. Okay, it has a main picture, and then if they choose that option it'll continue to show the main picture. But what you want to do is actually, when you have different variations, you want to actually go back and change and let there be a visual, because what you'll find is most people are, they're not going to read. So if you put it in the description, you want to make each one of your listings on your Shopify as visual as possible, because most people do not read your descriptions. That's why I gave her the suggestion to go ahead and make these updates. Okay. So what you do is we're going to select a purchase option, and we're going to say the warm snuggle schnauzer 2 shirt. Okay. So now it's selected all four variations, which were the youth small, the youth medium, the youth large, and the youth extra large. And then I'm going to go to more actions. Okay. So once I go to more actions, you have several different options that you can do at one time when you have these selected. I could go here and I could edit these prices. I could say I could change this to, if it was going to be $15.99, I could put $15.99 here and do apply to all. So you do not have to go individually to each variation and put your prices. You can do those all in one whop. You can choose from the purchase option, or you could choose the size. So, say you were doing your adult variations, and your adult through your extra large is all the same, but your 2X is different. You could choose the adult through the extra large, give them all the same price, and then go back and and pick your 2X variation and give all of those the same price. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to add the image. Okay. So we have the warm snuggle schnauzer, and it's the second one. We already have this one selected, so I'm going to select that second one and I'm going to say done. And then when you come back, you'll see that now if I select warm snuggle schnauzer 2, all of them now have that photo there. Okay. And then so on and so forth. I'll go in and let's see. I'm going to unselect all of these. I'm going to go back to my purchase option, and I'm going to choose Pink Love Elf, and I'm going to say more actions, and I'm going to say add images, and then I'm going to select the image that I want for those variations. So that's how you edit all of these options at one time, instead of having, like right now, there's what we said 44 different variations. You do not have to go by each variation. Like you don't have to go Jesus is the reason one and then add the image here and then add the image to the next one and add, you can add them all at the same time. Okay. So and then in order for your listing to show, not show sold out, you have to have a quantity that shows in inventory. So you can select, you can go and do that all at one time and just select all of them, do more actions, and then do edit quantities, and then just put in a number here and do apply to all and save. Okay. And then that will put that quantity on everyone. Now, if you're doing inventory tracking or if you have a specific amount for a certain variation, then you would put that number there. But most people, most of us, as far as shirts like that, we're making those shirts, you know, made to order, and so that's what those are that's the options that usually you just put a big number up there so that it doesn't show as sold out. Now, one thing that's very important when you're working in Shopify is every change and edit that you make, you want to push save. Okay. Shopify does not say you go, it does not keep track as you're moving through. It will delete every change that you've made if you do not hit that save button. So now when we go over here, and these may be edited because we copied this from the adult one, but now you'll see that this picture changes with each variation that you select so that the picture matches the selection that your customer's making. And previously she just had the size there, so they would have to actually go and like probably screenshot. If you don't do the variants, they have to, there's no way for the, either you have to make an individual listing for each picture for each mock-up, or you have, they would have to say, oh, I wanted the one with the, you know, try to describe it. So this is how you can set those different variations up. So the other thing is, let's go back into custom apparel and then I can show you one from, I'll go back into saved, yes, and go to products. So she has a listing here for her um in custom apparel. Let's see, for the custom all over 3D t-shirts. Okay. And the way that the listing is set up right now is that it's adult, it's all of the sizes are listed, and then the it has a color here. So my suggestion, if you have a design where basically you're showing the all over, you're given the option to choose the all over shirt versus the center print shirt, is to do the same thing that we just did. So basically, I'm going to go into this listing, and she has um, her description here. Um, my suggestion in here is to, let's see. Okay, Nancy. So on this one is sublimation shirt or um
It's
how
sublimation.
is sublimation.
Yes.
Okay. So and it's gonna be for your all over sublimation or a center print sublimation.
I have them separate. This one is just showing, this is only for the all over 3D, all over front and back or just the front.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then I do have one set up just for the center prints, 13 by 19.
Okay. So my suggestion for this, and the way I have mine set up, okay? Because you have a couple of things down here in the description that kind of would throw that off, because right here you have materials that say all regular colored shirts are 100% cotton.
Okay.
So this
That one.
listing, if this is just for sublimation, for a 3D shirt, you wouldn't
Mhm.
need that listed there. So make sure when you're putting your descriptions that your descriptions match the product that you're offering from that listing. Okay.
Okay.
So
So I
my
would take
suggestion.
that part out. Remove that part where it says the colored shirts, and just
Okay.
leave the other bottom one where it says all white colored shirts that are 100% polyester.
Yes. Okay. So then um as much as possible. So if this is for an all over 3D shirt,
Yeah,
okay.
I
The
noticed there's repeats there. I have to fix
Yeah.
that.
So when you have your um your main image for the shirt, for the product, you want it to reflect what they're buying.
Okay.
Okay.
So I will have
So
to
how
correct
you
that.
have the two shirts here,
Mm-hmm.
you would want to do a mock-up that's just gonna show this, like the all over shirt,
Mm-hmm.
the front and back image of that. That
Okay.
would be, you would want to put an image here that's going to show the front and back image of the product that's being bought. Now, if that's the only variation that you're going to offer, then that's what you want the main image to be, is that um the all over shirt here. Okay.
Okay. Like how I did the bottom one.
Yeah, like this one
Yes.
right here. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you would want it to be the all over shirt. And now, if you want, we can switch this one. We can make this the main image.
Okay.
Okay. And so the way you do move your images around, you just shift them like that. Okay. That makes that the main image, and then these would follow.
Okay.
So if you look at my listings, I give them, because even with your all over 3D shirt, okay, you have the option of doing a front only shirt and a front and back shirt. Okay. So I make sure that my customers know that what is, because most of them don't know that an all over shirt, sublimation shirt, starts out as all white. They don't know that. They look at your shirt and they see color in it, and they think that the back of their shirt is going to be like the main color that they're looking at on the front.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So they don't know that if they order a front only shirt, because most of them, they're going to click the price and they're going to see front only, and they're going to think, oh, well, I only want a design on the front, so I'm going to just choose the front only because it's the lower price. They don't understand that that means the back of their shirt is going to be all white. They
Okay.
just think it's not going to have a design back there. So I actually have an image that I use. Um,
So you would
let me pull it
recommend
up.
to do a markup with one showing just the front only and the
Mhm.
background white, and then
Right.
one with both filled
Yeah.
front and back?
Right. So on my listings, you'll see where I on my listing, so that they understand that this is what front and back looks like. Front and back doesn't necessarily, it doesn't mean that they're going to have a design like the name and anything on the back. Just means
Mhm.
that background is going to be on the back, and then the if they choose front only, this lets them know that it's going to be all white.
Okay.
Okay. So I have that as one of my pictures for my media on my listings, so that they see that. Okay.
Okay.
Then what I also do is So just like we were doing before with the variations. Okay,
Mhm.
so right now you have a size, you have your sizes here. And if
Mhm.
this is going to be all over 3D, then let's edit this and let's change our options to say purchase option. Okay, and then let's do a front only and a front and back. Okay,
Mhm.
and then we're going to save those variations. We're going to make the purchase option the first choice.
Oh.
Okay, and then our size the second choice.
Mhm.
Okay, and then what I recommend doing at then is having your um in the like in the marketing class that I did, right?
Mhm.
I gave you all a template in Photoshop that does your product images for you. So when you go and you put let's let's see, let me go here and find one of my product listings. Hold on one second. I'm gonna show y'all one. Okay. So let me get to a listing. Okay. No, this isn't one. This one here. Okay. So here I have the shirt type, which is our product option. So all over front only or front and back, center front and center front and back. Okay, so when you select these on here, I have it where my product images are there. So when you select front and back, it shows the front and back. When they select all over front only, it has this one, and I don't think I've updated this one yet. That with the front and back image because I haven't done it all on Etsy. I did it on Shopify, and then center front only,
Mhm.
and then center front and back.
Okay.
Okay, so you have it to where when they select those variations on there, they'll also see a visual representation of what they're selecting. Okay. So those are the different options that you want to make sure that you're giving your customers the best is that's part of their customer experience is that everything when they go to your site is well thought out, that it's easy to navigate, and that they know what selections to make based on how you have those listings set up. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to leave this like that. And then you have the,
Once I
you'll have
edit
to go in.
them.
Yeah, you can go in and add your variations for the photos once you change the photos out. Okay.
Okay. So now how
So
would I separate the youth now? Because I know it's going to be a lot more now to make it.
okay,
Is
so
the
right
case?
now there's one, two, three, four, five. So if you went over the variance, let's just say it went over the 100 variance, there's a pop-up message that's gonna
Mhm.
come up like right around here. That's
Mhm.
gonna tell you basic Shopify store. You can't do over 100 variants. And this one isn't gonna have that because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You have 14 different sizes. You have two purchase options, so there's 28 variants.
Okay.
So this only has 28 variants.
Okay.
Okay. The other one had that many because you had like 11 different purchase options and 11 or 14 different variations. So when you multiply those two together, you got more than 100. But
Okay.
this one is fine with the youth and the adult.
Okay.
Okay.
My question is, since there's only two purchase options, that means that they, because this is a custom item,
Mm-hmm.
it's just showing them the other images that I made, just
Mm-hmm.
samples, but that's just
Yes.
an idea for them to see that that's what it's going to look like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure I'm understanding.
Yeah. So on if this is for a custom for them to tell you like what they want like to design,
Hmm.
then what you need your first image needs to be is a is an image that says this is to place a custom order. Because when
Okay.
they go here and you see it says custom all over 3D shirt, well, you could think, well, this is a custom shirt. I just want my name, I just want the name on it or whatever. So you want them to know that this listing is not for this shirt or any shirt that's pictured here, that this is for you to be able to customize your own shirt.
Okay. So I have to
Okay.
make it clear that the first one should be for custom order only.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So let me see. I'm trying to see. It's just like if you have a listing and it's a digital download, you want to make sure that one of your images or main images lets them know that this is for digital download only. This is not for the physical products
Okay.
because people will, you know, you'll think like for me, I have a digital download for party favors that's 24.95. You would think that people would know you're not about to pay $24.95 and get, you know, a whole set of party favors delivered to you for 24.95. You would
Right.
think that. But I
I
promise you,
think I did that on the party favor one. I put one that it says digital download only, and then it says we personalize, you print, or something I put.
okay. Yeah. You want to make sure that that's in bold, make sure that it's in the description and make sure that it's one of your photos.
Oh,
Um in your description, I cannot stress enough how important it is for you to put all the information in your description. I also recommend that you have a size chart for whatever shirt you're or offering. If you don't have a size chart that's pictured, um, I would suggest um, just put the measurements, and anywhere you're going to buy the shirts, they should have the measurements for you. Okay.
okay.
So like for me with my all over shirts, I have this size chart. This is the jerseys 21M. I went to where I purchased my jerseys 21M shirts, and I got the measurements and I put that on I picture that and then put that on my listing so that anybody can see what the sizing is, because that's a question. How do the shirts fit? What's the size? And that's a common question that's asked by your customers. So you want to put as much information as you can, and even when you put the information, they still a lot of them are still going to ask you. But
Where would you
if they
put that?
don't, huh?
I'm sorry. Where would you put that the size chart at?
So you can put that as one of your photos. You could put it,
Okay.
you could do a photo one, or you can just at the bottom of the description, you can have that information, measurements, and then just have it typed out.
Okay.
Either way, you can have a visual for it or you can just have it typed out.
Or
So
both.
I'm going to say, yeah.
Because we
So
said
I'm going to
some people
save
don't
this
read.
and something that I, a very, a tip that I recommend for your store is when you have your products, okay? I recommend, just like we have a template for our shirt designs and things like that, I recommend that you have a template for your for your product listings. Okay. So like this is a cut, you say this a custom 13 by 19 center print t-shirt. Okay. So let's look at
Mhm.
this product. Okay. So what I suggest that you do is you have a product listing that just says custom 13. Let's see. Did this duplicate it? I want to make sure this is on the duplicate because it did something funny right there. Okay. So I'm going to put, and I'm going to put template here. Okay. And we're not going to save the images where we can save the inventory quantities because that every time we make a center print t-shirt, it's going to be that. So say this is your 13 by 19 center print t-shirt. Why does it keep doing that? So it's gonna I'm gonna say 13 by 19 center print t-shirt template. And I'm not gonna save the images because every 13 by 19 center print shirt that you do is not gonna have the same image.
Okay.
But we can duplicate the inventory quantities. Okay, so I'm gonna say duplicate this product,
Mhm.
and we've already saved it, so we're gonna leave this page. So now this is going to be our template. So every time, all the information that you want, every time you go to post a 13 by 19 shirt, you can put this here. So this says great for football games. This information wouldn't necessarily be relevant for each one, but you could say this custom design is perfect for any event, or you can change that here and say this insert product name
Mhm.
is perfect for whatever the event is. You could put whatever event. So we could take out the great for football games because it may not necessarily be that. Okay.
Okay. And I want to
So
put
when you're
Zor.
doing a 13 by 19 center print t-shirt, are you using a Gildan shirt?
Those are the ones that I was using at first, and then I use when I can't find those, I use the jerseys 21M.
Okay. So
But
you
now
say
since they're
our
out of
first and
stock,
preferred brand. Right. So you use the Gildan Performance T.
yes, the
Okay.
performance.
So let's put the Performance T. And it's 100% polyester.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in the materials, we're going to leave it's
Leave the
100% polyester shirts. Okay, so you said due to COVID and supply chain issues, that's you need that there because it is subject to change and be an alternate. I would not put what the alternate is because you may
okay.
not be able to get that shirt. So I
Okay.
just would say due to COVID and supply chain issues, it may be necessary to substitute a comparable shirt and
Okay.
or an alternate
Delete
shirt.
that and delete that
Okay.
part. Okay.
Yeah. So I would just put that and take out this info here.
Got it.
Okay. And then use and then I would just put you don't need it's not necessary to put all white color shirts, just put 100 polyester and they're super soft. Okay.
Okay.
and then your um, instructions and everything, all of that can stay the same.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. Okay, and then let's go down here. Let's look at the media will change. And then you don't have to have the color on
So we can
here.
check that out,
So
right?
you could just, yeah, you could just have the sizes.
Okay.
So for your center print shirts, you just have the sizes there, and then you'll have your size and pricing here. Okay.
Okay.
All
So
right.
so that's
And
safe. So by that, I'll go by that
yes.
template,
So
and that.
now you just save this. Hmm. So you save it, and now that's a template for all your 13 by 19 shirts. Every time you get ready to post a 13 by 19 design, all you have to do is duplicate this and then change the title, put whatever the product title is, add your photos, and it's ready to go.
And it's the same thing with the front and back, the 3D one
Mhm.
as well.
Yes, same thing. You can use one as a template and then you duplicate those listings moving forward. I suggest to do it as a template instead of duplicating from a specific product listing, because you want to make sure that anything that's product listing specific doesn't get left for the next product um that you're doing. So the template should just have very general information. Then
Mm-hmm.
the product listing can actually have specifics like say it's for like a parent shirt. You can have the say parent name on the back, but not every shirt that you'll be listing is going to need a parent name on the back.
Mm-hmm.
The parent name would only be specific to that one product. Okay. So you want to make sure that when you're doing the template, that the template is basic and would apply to every product that you do that's particular product. It's just like tumblers. Your description for a tumbler, pretty much as far as the material and all of that, is going to be the same. The only thing that's changing is the theme of the tumbler, the
Correct.
name of the tumbler. So if you have a section where you're listing tumblers, you can have a tumbler template for your listing, and then all you would be having to do is change the title and then go down and add your
This is
pictures
so
of it.
much easier.
Okay. And then you can add, the variation there if you want to as well. So
Okay.
that's pro tip in using Shopify and doing your listings, is to make you a template and do a duplicate of it. Okay.
So much easier.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
was working too hard on this one.
Yeah. Especially going and putting all those prices prices in individually.
Yes, ma'am. I was going one by one by one. I was like, this is taking me forever.
And look, don't feel like that, because when I first started using Shopify, that's what I was doing too. And then one day I just happened to click on something and I saw it and I was like, oh, I wonder if this, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have been going now. Imagine having 180 something different variations and having to go in going to each one changing the prices. So yeah, it's you
Yes.
know, don't feel bad, because at one point in time we are all Shopify amateurs and um learning. So yeah. So then, and you just would leave this one in draft status. It'll stay
Yes.
in draft status. Okay.
Okay. That's
And
awesome.
if you want to, I also would recommend on here like doing like a parentheses one up here or a one dash at the beginning. And
Hmm.
that's going to keep it at the top of your products listing, so you don't have to go, because they're listed in order, in
Okay.
alphabetical order. Your products are listed in alphabetical order.
I believe
So,
that.
yeah, so this will keep your templates. If you put a one dash in the front, it'll keep your templates templates up here at the top. And so you don't have to go find it every time you get ready to do a listing. So
Okay, now we're going to the in the jewelry section. If there's only one piece per item, how would I do that one? Because that one is different compared to the ones of the shirt.
like right here.
Yeah, both of them are different. Every one of them is just one piece available.
Okay. Okay. So it's just one thing. So what you would do for this is um basically you're gonna go down here to your um okay, so what you have all these different styles, and that is for each one of these different pictures.
Yes, ma'am. And that's what I wanted to put
Okay.
in each
All
one of
right.
the
So
names.
okay. So see, you went ahead and did this, and you have your pictures for each one, and that's what you want to have it as quantity one, so that
Right,
as one gets bought, when it
that's
gets
it.
bought, it shows it's sold out.
Right. Because there's only one of a
Okay.
kind pieces.
Right. Right. So you want to put in something like this, you definitely want to put whatever quantity you have so that when it gets bought, it takes it out and shows it as sold out on your listing. Okay.
Okay.
So then when they can click on it, but it'll be grayed out and it'll have a sold out little image on it.
Right. But my question is how you did the purchase option. You know how it
Mhm.
has every the name of it to go with the picture. I don't know if I did it like that on there.
Okay, so it looks like that's how you have it. So if this little picture here matches this name,
Hmm.
then it is.
Okay.
Okay. Now what it does is it shows that each one of these has a copper option and a silver plated option. Is
Correct.
that true? So is there
Yes.
two of each one of these styles?
No, each it varies. There's in copper and there's some there's in the silver. So how do I fix that the ones are silver just go with the silver?
So for that, you would actually have to go like, okay, so when you look at your variants, you would choose the material and then you would choose copper.
Hmm.
So right now all of these have copper, right? So if
Correct.
you would go to the one that doesn't have copper
Uh-huh.
and then you would delete that one. You see what I'm saying? So right now, what your listing did right now is it
Hmm.
has everything listed as copper.
Yeah, there's
And then
one.
you have one listed here that's silver plated. Is that correct?
I believe that. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So you must have already gone and edited it because you only have 16 variations when we do the like if I select all, there's 17 different variations. And if you had all of them with copper and all of them with silver, it would have all 16 of those options with copper and silver.
Okay, so there is only one with the silver, but okay,
Yes. Yes.
okay.
So,
But the
but that would be how you would do it because if you list this first, it's gonna list a copper for a woven anchor with onyx. It's gonna list one with copper and one with silver, one with copper, one with silver, and you would have to go in and delete the ones that don't have copper or don't have the silver. But
okay,
it's
so
already. It
so
looks
I
like
did
it's
do it right.
already. Yeah, it looks like you did that correctly.
Can you check the other one for me? Because the other one has a lot more. The
Yeah.
other one,
So
the other
I'm
list.
going to, okay, we didn't change anything. So let's see. So Mela, I think this will be available in the group. This one here, the wire wrap necklaces, is that the one?
Yes,
Or
yes,
ocean
that one, the
inspired?
water
Which one?
wrap.
Wire wrap.
Yes, the water wrap.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, so let's see how many variations does it show you have. Girlfriend, that's a lot of options. I know that took you some time to add all of that.
And I it's only the necklaces. I still haven't done the earrings, the bracelets, and every other stuff that I have available.
Okay, so right now it's showing that there's 81 different variants. Okay, so I'm gonna select, let's see, silver plated. So right now it's showing that there are six silver plated ones
Hmm.
and 75 copper. Does that
Okay.
sound right?
Yes, but my thing is, when it comes to the actual page itself,
Mm-hmm.
um, when you see the actual site, I'm not sure if it's
Mm-hmm.
showing correctly on there. That's where I want to make
Okay.
sure that it is.
Okay. Okay. So let's go to wire wrap necklaces. Okay. So we show the Agati Jasper. Okay. So
You see how it has
now it's
two
not,
options? Mm-hmm.
yeah.
You see what I'm talking about? It's I want it to be
Yeah.
where when it's picked, they already know that it's that one is copper, and it's given. You see, you will have to literally select it,
Okay.
and you see how it says unavailable for those because eventually it's not in silver, it's in copper. So
Okay.
that's what I'm trying to fix.
Right. So that means that this variation, okay, let's go look. Wire wrap necklaces. Let's go back to, I'm going to go to this. I'm going to select the style first. Okay. It shows one selected in copper. Okay. Hmm. What maybe, let's see. Okay. Let's do this. Let's put our material first
Mm-hmm.
so that, and we're going to move the material. You can move that option first.
Okay.
We're going to put that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then the style. Okay, so we want them to be able to pick their material first.
Okay.
And let's save that. So putting the material first means that when I select copper, is on the next option is only going to show me the items that are available in copper.
Okay. Okay. I got it.
So that's why you have to switch the options because so that it'll show you only. Now I'm going to refresh this and let's see. Did it save it here? Save and show. Okay. And wire wrap. Let's go back. Might take a little bit because this is a big listing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now the material is first and then the style. So what
Okay.
I want to do is that ink one that was in So now let's just choose the silver plated ones. So now it should only be showing
Now it's showing everything.
one every, it should only be showing the silver plated ones. Let's choose copper and it's showing everything.
That's why I was having issues. I was like, what am I doing wrong? I'm trying to get it fixed.
Yeah. So in that case, it does show it as unavailable that there's not a copper option for that particular one.
Hmm.
It does show that it's unavailable. So what you may want to do, since you have the two separate ones, you may just want to have a listing that has the copper ones and then a listing that has the silver plated. If
Okay.
you don't want, but I mean, they couldn't purchase it because it shows unavailable.
Right. But I want to
So,
make it easier for the client themselves, where here's all the listings of all the
so
ones that
that
are in
they
silver.
know,
Exactly.
right.
And here's all the ones in
So
copper.
then I would, if I was you, I would separate them. I would do a listing that shows silver plated and then a listing that has copper ones so that there's no, confusion either way.
Okay. So how would I do that again?
So you would have to, since I don't know anything about the jewelry stuff, so
Mm.
you would have to go through and basically, if you want to make this the silver, like the silver plated um ones, you would change your wire wrap necklaces, and then you would put silver plated, in the description. You
Okay.
put silver plated.
Can we make a template like that, and then I can, because I know there's gonna be change outs, and I can do for the bracelets and the earrings and stuff like that with the, mainly I use copper, but I haven't, like, just at least like that, so what I can always change it out, and then I can do, because it's a lot.
Okay. So let's leave this one as is then.
Hmm.
I'm gonna do save. Oh, it went back because nothing was changed. And
And
then let's
then,
do duplicate.
okay.
And then let's do silver plated. And then you can go in and change whatever you want that to be.
Okay.
I will
Just trying to
do,
refresh how you did it, so like that.
okay. I'll go ahead and do the images for this one and the quantity so that you don't have to redo that. And then
Oh,
you can just take out whatever you want to take out. And I'm going to do duplicate product and it's set as a draft. So it's not active or showing.
okay.
Okay.
And then I'll do that with the copper as well.
Mm-hmm. And
Okay.
so then what I would do is just leave this one as silver plated. And then how you easily do that is go down here for the silver plated. You just go down here to your variants and you select the material. And then you
Hmm.
select copper. Since this would be silver plated, you select copper. And that's those 75 get selected that have the copper option. And then you delete those. And you go to
Okay.
more actions and do delete variants.
Okay.
Okay. And once you delete those variants, it's going to pull out all of those
They're in
um
copper and just leave the silver.
the ones, and it's just going to leave the silver ones there. And then you can delete the actual option to have, but you want to do it first. You want to select them first and then go delete the copper option.
Okay.
Okay. I might not have done
Instead
it.
of
See
doing it
how,
one by
so
one.
right now you see how it's got them all marked out?
Hmm.
Okay. And
So when you
then
save it, it
when
will
I
do that.
hit
It will.
save,
Okay.
yeah, then it's gonna actually, so it's saving this product. We'll delete. I'm gonna do save product,
Hmm.
Okay. And then after you do that, since this will just be the silver plated option, then you can go in and delete
The
copper as an
silver.
option altogether.
Got it.
Okay.
Got it.
So
And
now you
just
just
change
have
everything.
those. Okay. And you see all those styles are gone and so it doesn't say copper. And you don't need a share section because they're all silver plated. So you can just delete that. And now
Okay.
you just have the styles to choose from.
Oh, this is so much easier.
Okay.
Thank you. Oh,
And
yes.
then make sure we save.
Save.
Mhm.
Learn
Okay,
my
so yeah, so that's just quick tips I wanted to show you navigating through these product listings and adding images to your product listings and how you your different variations show so that when your customers clicking through there, they can they can see whatever, actual image they're selecting. You want them to be able to see that. So I just wanted to give y'all some quick tips tonight. Didn't want to stay on here too long, but I hope that this has been helpful. I hope that I'll start coming on trying to do some other tips like this as as I get questions. I kind of find that I get some of the same questions repeated to me in my in my inbox or just sending me a message or whatever. So I feel like it'll be more helpful for me to come live and just kind of share with the community instead of answering all the individual questions. I also don't always have time to get to all of my messages. I could tell you that right now, I usually at any given time have 20 to 30 messages pending at a time and a ton of notifications. And then I have all of my messages on Etsy for my customers that I'm trying to answer. So um I hope that this was good. I'm glad this was helpful.
Thank
So
you so much.
you're welcome. You're welcome. And you all should be able to go back and watch the replay if you all need any help on anything else. And y'all, that's it. So y'all have a good night and see y'all next time.
Thank you.
All right.